believes in obeying the law. Unfortunately, millions of Americans really think there's a law requiring them to pay income taxes when there is no such law. And when millions of Americans know there is no law requiring them to pay income taxes, millions of Americans will join the 10 and 15 million Americans who today are now no longer filing and paying income taxes. I don't pay income taxes, and millions of my friends, well, not millions. The IRS admits, as a matter of fact, that voluntary compliance is only 82% effective. If the Libertarian Party would adopt my platform and explain to the American public why filing is totally voluntary, I believe the Libertarian Party can bring compliance now to under 75%, and at under 75% it will collapse. It's going to collapse eventually, and don't be the last one on your block to stop paying income taxes.
Okay, we now proceed to 5 questions submitted by members of the audience, and I already have them up here. Let me see. Well, unfortunately, only 2 of them are signed, so I can't attribute the other 3, so I won't attribute any of them. All right. The first question, to which, and again, on these questions, the candidates will have 1 minute apiece to respond. The first question is, when did you join the Libertarian Party? And we'll just flip-flop on these, so we'll start again with Irwin Schiff.
Well, I was a Libertarian before there was a Libertarian Party. My first book, The Biggest Con, How the Government is Fleecing You, which came out in 1976, I actually put in the back of the book, I recommended that they get in touch with Foundation for Economic Education, which was the only place that they could go to get information on the Libertarian Party. And I belonged, I don't know, a number of years ago to the Connecticut Libertarian Party. I was never too active because I believe that libertarians did a lot of talking, but they weren't as active as I would like to have been. And then, of course, I got involved in the tax resistance movement. Then, of course, my participation was interrupted because I spent a few years, you know, in the in the bar hotel, the Gray Bar Hotel, and then, of course, I rejoined recently when I decided to run and seek the Libertarian nomination for president. But if you check my book, The Biggest Con, How the Government is Fleecing You, you'll see it's loaded with libertarian concepts and ideas. Well, I have no problem about taking such an oath, but Doug, I don't know why you're reluctant about taking a meaningless oath. Federal judges and U.S. attorneys do it all the time.
Okay, we move to the third question from the audience. Very short and simple. How do you define libertarianism? Again, reversing the order, Irwin Schiff.
Well, what is a libertarian, of course, was enshrined in the Declaration of Independence. It says we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to secure these rights, governments are instituted. I don't know about European government, but our government was not instituted to tell me how to save for my old age and what to eat or what not to eat. The United States government was instituted to protect my right to pursue my happiness as I see fit. And I may do things or live my life in a way that other people might not do it, but as long as I don't interfere with them pursuing their happiness as they see to it, the federal government has no authority under the Constitution to interfere.
The next respondent is Irwin Schiff.
Well, certainly I will have absolutely no problem supporting anyone that this convention nominates, but I must say I will not be able to vote for anyone. As a convicted felon, allegedly, remember I was convicted of violating a law that doesn't exist on the basis of a jury instruction by Peter Dorsey. Are you listening, Peter? Anyway, but I'll be happy to support anyone that the convention nominates. But I'm sorry, folks, you can't get my vote.
All right, the fifth and final question from the audience, and we will be closing our debate this afternoon with this. Again, the 1-minute rule holds. And this is sort of a question, too, for the delegates and for the C-SPAN audience to pay special attention to, is why should a member of one of the old political parties vote Libertarian? The first respondent is Irwin Schiff.
Well, if you want to vote for Tweedledum or Tweedledee, I mean, both Dole and Clinton are lawyers. They're lawyers, they're politicians. They both erected the welfare state. You know, I love when politicians call themselves public servants. Well, as if they're in politics to serve the public. They're in politics to serve themselves. They're in politics because they make more money being in politics. They like the perks, and they need the job. Frankly, none of us need the job. We're just running because we think we can improve the libertarian climate in this country. What was the question?
This won't count against your minute. All right, you finished? All right. To remove any possible confusion, the question is, why should a member of one of the old political parties vote Libertarian?